Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hop Takes here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh,
I'm Ross.
and we are headed back to Texas tonight, back to the Alamo. Not really. Headed to Fort Worth, Texas.
You know where the Alamo is?
No. Isn't it in
Really?
Texas? Isn't it in Texas?
In Texas, yes.
It's not in
But
Fort Worth, though.
no.
You want to know why I know where the Alamo is? Do you want to know why I
The
know
movie
where?
The Alamo?
No, because
Okay.
of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Okay, so deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, so we are trying another beer from Martin House Brewing this week. This is the second one that we kind of teased a little bit that we had that we're going to try tonight. And with how impressed we were with last week's beer, I'm excited to see what we are about to consume this week.
I'm
Ross,
just as concerned in this one so much for the last one being on.
Ross, why don't you tell us what we're about to drink from Martin House this week?
So this time around, we have Queen of the Mist. So this is a whiskey barrel and wine barrel aged chokeberry sour. So this is 11.7% ABV, and this was the original Queen was the first barrel-aged fruited sour we have brewed here at Martin House. This version is unique as it was aged 5 months in a mix of whiskey and wine barrel. So this was brewed in July of 2024 and canned earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea what chokeberry was. I asked Josh before this; he had no idea what chokeberry was. I looked it up. I still don't know what chokeberry is. So we're gonna find out.
It's a berry that plays for the Green Bay Packers right now. That's what it is.
All right, we're done. I'm done now.
Okay. Maybe they play for the Brewers. I don't know. Or the Bucks, yeah. Quite frankly. Let's be real. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Queen of the Mist. Let's crack this thing open. Pour it out. Ooh, I like that color. Similar to last week, pretty heavily carbonated.
Yeah, the color is definitely more. Honestly, what I was expecting last week. Like this one looks like kind of like your fruited sour. Last week looked like more of your traditional sour or ghost, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, heavily carbonated off the bat.
Also, similar to last week, I'm already smelling it, so it is fragrant. And I didn't even have it really anywhere near my nose. So, but very heavily carbonated. You can see a ton of carbonation bubbles in there, like very heavily carbonated. My head dissipated pretty quickly. Yours is hanging around.
Mine didn't have. Mine's hanging out. So
to the nose we go. Jeez.
I mean, it smells like a really it smells like a red wine. Is what it smells like to me.
It smells like wine. It smells like wine. I was gonna say like almost like a sour fruit characteristic to it, but wine typically has grapes and or sourish grapes in it. So that's not a surprising nose.
Yeah. I mean, it's a strong nose though. Like it is very fragrant.
It took a lot of that character out of the wine barrel, I think.
To your point though, what you said, like, it smells like sour. Like this, like last week's did not smell like a sour at all. This smells like you can smell the sour on this.
Yeah. It smells like chokeberries to me.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
Exactly. Well, let's try this thing out.
All right.
Cheers.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, a good puckerness to it. That I'm getting a good sour sour feel on everything. I guess I'm saying that since like Last week's had like a nice like sour tinge. You can tell it's a sour, but it didn't take over. This is a sour, in my opinion. But the wine barrels come out really nicely on this. Like I'm getting a lot of like good like red wine notes and red wine flavors and tannins coming off this. Like it's got a good palate, I think, on this one.
It's definitely more sour than a wine, and obviously it's more carbonated than a
Yeah.
wine, which adds, a unique mouthfeel to this. It's not as sour as I was expecting, though. And to me, I think the star of this is definitely that wine barrel that it was in. I don't think it's the whiskey barrel that's showcasing really at all through this. I don't get a ton of like whiskey kind of spirit characteristics out of it. The wine is the star. Um Up front, it's a little tame up front, but then you get that sour punch pretty quickly as you hit mid palate. Like I said, the carbonation is there. You get the wine, that red wine characteristic pretty quickly along with that sour note. And then it kind of has this like fizzy kind of carbonated note out the back. It almost to me tastes like someone took some wine that has more of a sour characteristic to it, a red wine with a sour characteristic to it, and poured it in some champagne. Like that's
I get what you're saying with the champagne. I definitely do. There's got a little champagne to it. It's got kind of a nice like dry mouthfeel too. Like I like dry red wines personally, and I think this kind of has some. It mimics that a little bit towards the back end.
yeah. It's good. I mean, it is what it says it is.
Yeah.
Not that I know what a chokeberry actually tastes like and how
Yeah.
that is affecting this at all,
Um,
but
but it's
it
got. I mean, it's more tart than sweet too. As I keep kind of drinking it, like it's
mhm.
kind of confusing. Is it sweet? It's just tart.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's good though. I
It is.
enjoy it. So
It is. Okay. I will start on this one. We gotta rate this thing. Um, I'm gonna go 3.75 on this one. Now, that's a pretty big departure from the 5 that I gave, the beer last week. Mostly I'm gonna say that because this doesn't even feel like a beer to me. It feels like what I described, like a wine champagne mix type drink, and it's good. But if I'm gonna drink a beer or even a sour, I don't think I want this personally. I think it's well made though, and it's very drinkable, and I could see why someone would enjoy this.
yeah. If I'm going on just the quality of the beer and how it's crafted, it's a different store. It's a different realm if I'm grading it that. But if I'm going on personal preference, and when I drink this again, I'm going 3.5. This is not the style from a sour I really want.
Mhm.
This is much closer to a very traditional sour in the sense of it. It's got good tartness, everything. The flavors are very complex and everything. Just not for me though. This is not what I want in a beer.
Yeah.
And everything. And you and I don't like sour. We've said this over and over and over again. So it's got to really do something special for me to give it a good, for me to enjoy it. And I can see a lot of people really liking this. Like I know
Mhm.
for a fact Molly would love this beer.
Yeah.
But a lot of people I know would love this beer. It's just it's outside the realm of what I like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 3.5.
Okay. I think that's fair. They're not all going to be our cup of tea. We can still appreciate the beer for what it is. And I think as described, this seems to make a lot of sense. There's no major surprises in this beer for me. But it definitely wouldn't be my first choice of type of
I
beer
agree.
I'm pulling out of the fridge. Okay. Another beer here from Martin House on the channel. We got them 2 weeks in a row, which is pretty exciting. And as I stated last week, we have lots of content coming, lots of barrel age stuff coming with it being November, and a lot of the big beer releases are happening soon. So stay tuned. We're going to try to get as much of that here on the channel as we can. And we both just renewed our Three Sheeps Barrel Society memberships for 2026. So
Very
we'll get
exciting.
more of those hopefully on the channel here next year as we're running out of seller content to do. Hopefully some unique beers from them. Well, running out. You know what's funny? I'm gonna say it. We're here on the channel. I should be closing the video, but we haven't done a pickup from Three Sheep since all
Oh
4 of us and
god.
Maddie went in, like, June, I think is when we
Yeah.
went.
It's gonna be there's a lot.
Yeah. So
So we gotta find a date soon.
uh-huh. All right. Anyway, thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks for watching. Have you tried this beer from Martin House? What do you think about the Queen of the Mist? Which, by the way, is the name of the boats that go out into Niagara Falls, too, by the way. They're called the Queen of the Mist. Did you know that? Factoid for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see all of you in the next episode.
Thanks everyone. Bye.